Who said that you always have to color inside the lines? Today we're going to change things up a bit and we're going to color outside of the lines. So this is a brand new release stamp from Altenew called Endless Fluorescence. It's a 6x8 stamp set with one large flower that you can use. It's a bouquet of flowers, but it's one stamp and you can use them in a multitude of ways. This layering guide is a wonderful guide to show you the different ways you can use it, different stamp sets you can use with it in ink colors, and it even comes with some pre-made card panels when you're in a pinch to get a card out. So that's what we're going to use today for our card. And I want to show you how big this flower is. I'm going to hold up a 5.5 by 4.25 size piece of white cardstock next to the flower. Look how much larger that flower is than that piece of cardstock. So there's a lot that you can do with it. And it also comes with several sentiments in different fonts for different occasions. So you really have a lot to choose from and a lot of uses from this one stamp set. So what do you say we make a card? Now, the first step is to stamp that flower, and I have used the largest rectangle from the Nesting Slim Rectangles die set. It's a nesting dies, slimline in size, and I used the largest one, die cut it out, and that's what I'm going to stamp my flowers on today. You could stamp them on an A2 size card panel, but you probably wouldn't get all of the flowers on there. So I wanted to get as much of the flower on here as I could, so I went with a slimline size. So now I'm just getting the card ready to stamp with some black ink. That flower is just so glorious to me because it's so big and there's so many ways you can use it. Oh, I love Altenew's flowers. So now I have it stamped and I have put some masking over the top of the flower to protect it. And I'm taking my bone folder and just making sure that all of the creases are secure on there and that none of my ink, when I color, is going to get into a place where I don't want it. Now we're going to use the Artist Marker Set D, the Rock Garden Artist set of markers, and I am going to start coloring the whole card panel. Now it's going to look like a hot mess in the beginning, but you're going to see the beautiful thing that happens when I take that masking off. What I'm basically doing is I'm coloring around the outside of the flower. So again, rather than coloring the inside, we're going to color around the outside of the flower and just change it up completely. This is a great technique if you are not a great colorist, but you really want to use the flowers, or maybe you just want to use the flowers in a different way like I'm using. You get tired of doing the same old with coloring, or you're in a hurry. This really is a very fast way to make a card, a beautiful card. You'll see it when it's done. So there's a lot of reasons why you could use this technique, and all you need is masking paper. Altenew sells it 8.5 by 8 by 10, I believe is the size, or 8.5 by 11. And you just use your die cut and you cut out the outline and then place the masking over it, and it won't tear your paper when you take it off. And then you can do a lot of masking techniques when you use that paper. So I'm just going through with the first 4 colors that I really love. This is some of the favorite, these are my favorite colors from Altenew. That's why I chose them. I have them in the inks as well. The alcohol markers are coordinate with the crisp dye ink. So I really love that about Altenew. You can have a lot of fun coordinating your colors. Now, once this is done, I'm going to go in with a second set of colors, and I'm just going to create a rather unusual rainbow. So you can see now that I'm going in with the set of purple markers that goes with this set. It's a set of 12 markers, and it goes with it. So while I'm doing this, I am going to go ahead and play some music and let you enjoy the process. So now I'm tearing off the masking paper, having a little bit of trouble with it, not because it sticks to the paper, but because of the nature of the stamp. Look at that finished product. Isn't that stunning? So you've colored the outside of the flower and the flower stays white. Beautiful. Now I'm going to add my sentiment. I already added part of it, and I'm finishing up with the word you. And then this card is pretty much finished. I really love using this technique with a more detailed or large stamp like this one here, because the flowers are gorgeous in and of themselves without any coloring at all. You could add some shading if you wanted to get fancy with it. That's really up to you, or you could leave it just like this with a color in the background. And I'm finishing with some enamel dots, and this process is finished. This is a video hop, and everyone listed in the hop is in my description box, and we have prizes. So I hope you hop along and leave a comment to win a prize. And thank you so much for stopping by today.